Because while we were sleeping, probably while I was reserving dining meals at in outer space, something happened. Square Enix announced with a trailer with gameplay included Kingdom Hearts 4 during the 20th anniversary event that happened while we were sleeping, and again while I was scheduling dinner at Cinderella's. Wait, no, I think that's Beauty and the Beast's castle, but that's neither here nor there. Kingdom Hearts 4, man. How do you feel about this, Perry? Okay, while Perry is processing his thoughts.
I thought I was muted.
Okay.
So, for me, if I'm being all honest and frank about this entire thing, I'm going to be as unbiased as possible. Kingdom Hearts 3 was not good. It had to have updates and DLCs to make it an okay game and an enjoyable game. For a secret ending you had to earn, which so many people say, did you get the secret ending? Did you get the secret ending? I was like, why would I need to get the secret ending for the game to be enjoyable at all? 1/3 of the game was frozen of you going up a hill, and it was not fun at all. That was very boring. And then
the Tangle stuff was pretty bad too.
Tangle was digestible. Like after a good, like a Fanta grape, you had a digestible amount. Monster Inc. was cool. Pirates of the Caribbean was fun.
I don't even think I got that far. I will say that the lantern scene, I forget if they were like the sky lanterns or the water Japanese style lanterns, but that was a very, very gorgeous scene.
It was visually stunning. And then
it was a pretty game.
I mean, Big Hero 6 was fun, but it was short. And then you had the moment when you had Aqua versus Riku and Mickey, I believe. That was another phenomenal scene. But the game didn't pick up till the last third of the game when there was no Disney characters. So the game was not fun at all. It was definitely not a 7 or 8 out of 10. So for me, 2, Dad Joke Pro. That is unmatched.
You know who asked for Kingdom Hearts? Kingdom Hearts 4?
What?
Nobody.
Oh my God.
You've been dad joked.
It was terrible.
Please continue.
When Chapter 4 has been announced because of the 20th anniversary, of course they had to come in with a mobile game that you have to play that's going to be tied into the story that no one pays attention to. And then you have an extra piece of content, and then you have 4. 4 looks as though it's going to be dark and be tied in with. No, Kyle. If you played the mobile games, they tie in and have bits and pieces of the story if you want to understand the full scope of it. So you have to play it to understand all of it, or SparkNote it on YouTube. But for 4, it seems as though it's going to be dark and reminiscent of 2, which 2 was the best one out of the 3. If you're not counting the 30 other video games of the Switch, and no, I'm sorry, not the Switch, but the Game Boys and all that fun stuff. So hopefully it's going to be interesting. They give Sora a Giga Drill. So if you know what a Giga Drill is, you have watched Gurren Lagann.
Or any other anime show that has a drill attack in it.
But no, this was a Giga Drill. This is 100% a Giga Drill. And there are 3 people that know it's a Giga Drill. That will be Kyle, that will be Derek, and that will be Juan. They know what I am referencing. And it's 100. From the charge up to everything it has, It's that, but as
Giga Drill is greater than all other anime drills. Thank you, Kyle.
right, and then I'm gonna quote Greg in this one. Bethesda, why are you showing me a game that's not going to come out for the next 10 years? Replace Bethesda with Square Enix, and boom, you have it. Square Enix, why are you showing me a game that's not going to come out for the next 10 years? And Kingdom Hearts
Yeah.
4.
Now, there's a couple things I will say here. I understand that this is the 20th anniversary event, but we have to keep in mind that the last Kingdom Hearts was developed on, and we'll get more into this later, but was developed on Unreal 4. We know Unreal 5 is out. Again, we'll get into more detail on that as we get to that part of the discussion in the show. But we know that that has a focus on quality of life for developers. So maybe that'll actually help speed up the process where only thing they'll have to do is work on that really convoluted story and kind of get that figured out. Um, but there are two things that I want to mention here because when I saw your post this morning, I was like, "What? Kingdom Hearts 4 on a early Sunday morning? What the hell's going on?" So I had to go look at the trailer. Two things I noticed. One, the concept of the Kingdom Hearts world impacting our regular world is a kind of an interesting one. Um, so that kind of makes me a little bit curious how that'll play out and how because Kingdom Hearts has always been go from one world to another world, from one Disney place to another Disney place, and gummy ships, yeah, whatever. Um, So I'm curious how that will play out. Like, are we going to go from Earth to Jupiter to Mars to Saturn? Like, I don't know. But the other thing, which I feel is a very, very, very missed opportunity, is Kingdom Hearts 3. One of the biggest criticisms that people had for it, and this is even people that love the game that I don't know why they loved it, but they absolutely loved the game. We didn't have any Final Fantasy characters in that game. And knowing that that's one of the biggest issues that Kingdom Hearts 3 had, even for the people that loved it, why the hell would they not include some type of at least tease of a Final Fantasy character in that trailer? Why, Perry?
Because if you paid attention to the trailer, they did give us a hint of a Fantasy character, and that was a
Who
character
was
from
that?
Final Fantasy 15. When they first announced Final Fantasy 15, Sora was in the same building aspect of aesthetics when he was running through that building upward when the glasses was going down. That is reminiscence of the first trailer when we had Noctis going through the building as well. So if you look at Sora and Noctis, they are very similar in aesthetics in this game right now.
I guess I can see that. They've kind of done away with his shorts and kind of gone for more of this like capri pan look,
He gave him
which is
swag. He ain't got them big
yeah,
ass
he
shoes
did.
no more.
Yeah, he did have some drip. So I guess I can see how the art style is a bit more akin to Final Fantasy 15, because they did like unround their faces a little bit, make them look a little more like real human like.
Right.
Um, Now that is a that it, though it is a reach, it is a fair reach to say that that could be implication that Final Fantasy 15 might be somewhere in there. But what I think about is, you remember how jarring it was to see Super Mario Odyssey and Mario was running around with a bunch of people that look like regular human beings? My thing is, maybe that's an artistic decision they made knowing that this game would be in like our world. So maybe I'm wrong. Hopefully you're right, because I mean that's like, though I'll probably play this game but out of like sheer curiosity. Sheer curiosity. Like, I cannot stress how much curiosity is going to drive me to play this game. I
I'm
I
only
really
playing it.
hope that the Final Fantasy characters are here, if nothing else, man.
I'm only playing it because I'm giving games an honest try and an opinion, just not judging it from a just from an aesthetic looking standpoint. I want to be fair and actually dive into it and play it as much as possible before I just throw it in the complete trash. So I mean, hopefully this. I mean, Sora definitely looks way better. His Keyblade has moves that I'm actually curious about before they seem. I can't wait till I stream it and say Giga Drill and hit everyone with maximum love and hatred at the same time. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Aesthetically and musically, Kingdom Hearts 3 was still Kingdom Hearts. It sounded great.
Yeah.
The opening scene was phenomenal. This music was great. It was no simple and clean, but at the same time, it still was hitting.
Yeah, absolutely.
I hopefully, as far as Disney characters, we keep it to three: Donald, Goofy, and Mickey. That's about it. That's all I care for. Hopefully, we get more Riku in this one. I want the Overdrive outfits. I don't want any of those Disney supers anymore. Bring back a lot of aesthetics from two, and then you'll have a game that hooks me in. That will be satisfying. That will be cool. So, hold on.
Yeah.
Kyle's going off. So, I'm going to allow him to go off real quick.
Nothing as simple as clean.
Nothing
That's
is
it.
simple. No, not at all. Simple and Clean is like up there as far as one of the best video game songs of all time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And yeah, Kyle, I do agree. And Kyle says in the comments, if your curiosity is that strong, then they've done their jobs. Yeah, absolutely. Don't get me wrong. Kingdom Hearts has always been a marketing juggernaut. That's why
Absolutely.
they're able to sell you games like the Kingdom Hearts like Symphony play along game for the Nintendo Switch. Because their marketing machine is the real deal.
Absolutely.
That does not mean that their gameplay machine or their narrative machine is always there. But they are beautiful games aesthetically. Like even Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, though they do look a little bit dated, aesthetically in a lot of ways, they still look really good because of the art style that they went with was kind of like that whimsical cartoony vibe.
Hmm.
Now, this looks a little different, but ultimately it looks good. I thought, even in Kingdom Hearts 3 and now in Kingdom Hearts 4, I think that the traversal and moving around the battle system from what we've seen thus far still looks really cool. It's just, you know, it's bogged down by a lot of shenanigans and foolery that I really don't care for. Um, but I was like, I would never say that Kingdom Hearts is terrible and it doesn't do anything right. They do plenty of things good. They just have a super convoluted story, and sometimes because they are bogged down by the need to include Disney in, um, it affects them in negative ways, whether that be annoying characters, annoying game segments, or sometimes just outright ridiculousness.
Right.
But
So,
there's good stuff in every game.
absolutely. So, just want to address a comment, two of them. R. Savage, how do you think it will be if they are in real world? What part will Disney characters play in it? So, as far as Mickey, because he's one of the Keyblade Masters of Training that Xehanort is a part of. So Mickey for sure will be
Can
a
you say
part.
that name again?
Xehanort,
That's the most Kingdom Hearts name I've ever heard in my life.
yeah, he's the big bad guy. So you have
How's
him.
how is that spelled? Is that with like three Z's and four X's?
It starts with an X, E-N, Nort. So,
Gotcha.
right. So you have him, and then you have, of course, Donald and Goofy, and then you might have, if I'm, yeah. So you might have a few others, like very small characters, but not too much outside of those three that actually need to be in the game. The grapple hook is needed. Grapple hook,
Yeah,
grapple hook
that
is.
looks fun.
I mean, that's it. I mean, the grapple hook and Giga Drill. That's the combo.
Yeah,
So again, I'm not gonna see this game until I'm 50. So
probably true.
right, I saw. I don't even care. I won't see this no time soon. So I'm going to allow them to continually show it off. Kyle, I'm saying minimum 7. Depending how many people get used to Unreal 5, the developing team, and how stretched Square is, because we still need Final Fantasy Part 2, 7 Part 2 to come out. So, and then you still got
Yeah,
16 in the works. So, you know, anywho, let us know how you feel about the new trailer of Kingdom Hearts 4 announcement, and then the mobile game. Oh yeah, the mobile game. The mobile game. The mobile game. God, that they really gave us a mobile game.
Mm-hmm.
It's been one a crazy weekend.
Yeah. Not dealing with that foolishness. There is a mobile game for Kingdom Hearts 4. It's a companion.
I mean,
That's the story.
I played the first one. No, I'm not. No, Kyle, I'm not. I'm not at all. Not in the slightest surprise because I played the first one. Daryl actually got me to play the first one, and we actually like they had raid bosses that you can play together with your friends at the same time. It was mechanically stunning, and not mechanically stunning, but functionally well. It was a thing, right? Because I'm not even gonna talk. I'm not even gonna like lie to you. I was tied up in Kingdom Hearts really tough. R Savage 90, like really tough. Like before 3 came out, I was a huge fan of Kingdom Hearts. 2 was just amazing, and I was looking forward to 3 so much. But you know, my chest was definitely
Yeah.
disappointed.